Cherie, hi, how are you today?
Hi there. I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. When you called me yesterday, you sounded really upset. So I wanted to get you in as soon as I could.
I was upset. I'm upset now because I don't want to be here.
Well, that's fine, but you are here. So why don't you start by telling me why you're here?
Okay, well, I'm here because my husband wanted me to come here. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom, been married 10 years. My husband's very supportive of me, and I'm supporting him. But I suffer from bipolar disorder. But I'm on my medication, and I'm doing great. But I decided to go back to school one day, and my husband's very supportive of me. He was all excited for me. But as it got closer for me to go to school, I started feeling overwhelmed, and anxiety was taking over me. And so I talked to some friends, and one of them gave me some Xanax.
Okay. So it sounds like your decision to go back to school has been a good decision that your family and your husband support, and obviously your family is very important to you.
Yes.
So what happened with the Xanax that brought you here today?
Well, I had been taking the Xanax for a little while, and my husband didn't know that I was taking it, but it was helping me. It was keeping me calm. I was about to go to school, but one day I was at home alone, and I passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the hospital, and I didn't know what happened to me.
Okay. So it sounds like initially things were going well with you taking the Xanax.
Yes.
And then just kind of out of the blue, you woke up in the hospital.
I woke up in the hospital, and after the doctors ran all kind of different tests, and they asked me questions about medications, I told them that I was bipolar, and I was taking my bipolar medication, but I was honest with them, and I told them that I had been taking Xanax for a while, but that I was trying to stop, but I was still taking it off and on. And then my husband was there, and he had no idea that I was on Xanax.
I applaud you for your honesty that, you didn't try to deceive the medical staff or anything. But you said that your husband didn't know.
He didn't understand. What you have to understand, being a stay-at-home mom is a hard job. And even though I like it and it's rewarding, I wanted something for me. So I wanted to go back to school. And my husband was very supportive of that. But again, I started feeling overwhelmed. The anxiety was taking over, and I was too afraid to talk to my husband about it because I didn't want him to think that I was a failure and I was going to quit. So I talked to a friend about it, and she gave me the Xanax, and I liked how the Xanax made me feel. But the doctors told me that I had a seizure, and that taking the Xanax and not taking the Xanax was a cause for the seizure.
Okay. So it sounds like your taking the Xanax gave you confidence.
It did.
In your abilities, in your goal to pursue your education. So it also sounds like though that you felt like because when you became overwhelmed that you felt like a failure and that you didn't want to share that with your husband.
Well, he said he was supportive, but look at me now. I'm here because he told me that if I didn't stop taking the Xanax, I hate to say this, because I'm embarrassed, but I'm also on probation. And he told me that if I didn't get help, he was going to notify my probation officer.
You feeling like your husband has sided against you?
Of course he has. I told you that I didn't want to be here. I'm only here because he told me I better get help, but I don't have a problem. I need the Xanax. It helps me. And he's not supporting me if he's going to tell my probation officer.
Okay. So it's not that you want to stop using the Xanax, but you want to be able to salvage your relationship with your husband.
I do. But the thing that my husband doesn't understand, I cook, I clean, I take the kids everywhere, and one more thing, because I had the seizure, now I can't drive. So now I'm solely dependent on my husband or anyone else who can drive me and my kids around, and it's causing a real problem.
So that's thrown a new dynamic into all the consequence of your situation. So now you're faced with the consequence of possibly your probation officer finding out, your husband being upset about you taking the Xanax, and now even your independence as far as driving and being able to take care of things yourself has happened as a result of the Xanax.
It has, but I need the Xanax because I'm still going to go to school, and even now with all these additional issues, I really need the Xanax to help me.
So because of all of the new problems that have occurred out of this, now you're even more anxious than you were before?
Yes, and I don't see myself not taking the Xanax anymore. I think I'm going to still take it. I'm going to have been taking it, and my husband doesn't know.
So what do you see your lifestyle as with this Xanax? Right now, a lot of things have happened, with your being on and being trying to, manage the Xanax right now. So how do you see your lifestyle continuing with the Xanax?
I think my lifestyle is going to be fine with Xanax. You know how many people take Xanax? I hear about people taking it all the time and it's fine. I just had one seizure. That's it. One seizure. And I'm okay. I'm here. I'm still taking my bipolar medications. I'm fine. I just had one seizure and people don't understand. My husband doesn't understand. And he's not being supportive of me right now.
So the fact that you've only had one incident, this one seizure with the Xanax, it seems as if that's not evidence that Xanax is really going to be a problem in your lifestyle.
I don't see it at all. Xanax keeps me calm. It keeps the anxiety level down. How am I going to be able to take care of 2 kids and my husband and go to school? I want to do those things, but I need the Xanax to help me do it.
Sounds like your use of the Xanax was basically a way for you to try to taper the anxiety that you were having.
Yes.
And that you were actually trying to help you could continue.
That's right. And the same again, I go on the internet, I read about different things. People take Xanax all the time. I'm not an addict. I probably could stop if I want to, but I really like how it makes me feel, and it allows me to do even more things. And my husband's just not understanding that.
Let me try something with you. Do you mind if I try something with you?
Well, because I want to hear some things.
Well, I just want to ask you to think about, what do you think your life would be like using the Xanax 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself in 5 years in relation to that goal, using the Xanax?
Honestly, Miss Dana, when I think about school, because it's grad school, and I think about having to do all those papers, and I think about doing the internship, and when I think about still taking care of my husband and my kids, I really think the Xanax is going to help me be able to accomplish all those things.
You see some benefit
Yes.
in continuing to use the Xanax.
Yes.
So I want to ask you too to think of it as, what negative things do you think could result from your using the Xanax?
Well, I told you I was on probation, and sometimes I'm randomly tested. My probation officer doesn't know that I'm taking Xanax, and I know I can get in a lot of trouble because I didn't have a prescription for it. And I know if my husband finds out that I'm still taking it, it's a possibility he's going to leave me and take my kids. And I don't want that to happen, but the Xanax helps me.
So it sounds like you're in a really tough place here.
Yes.
Because on the one hand, you feel like the Xanax is helping you, giving you the confidence and helping you to focus on your goal for school,
yes,
and keeping all of your other tasks that you have to do, taking care of your children, your husband, keeping all that together.
You understand.
But on the other hand, it has also created some problems. With your probation, the possibility of being randomly drug tested. And then, of course, the strife is brought between you and your spouse. And the worry that he may even leave you as a result and take your children.
Yes, but what I was thinking is that what if I take a smaller dose of Xanax and I'll be off probation soon, so I won't be drug tested probably not that many more times because I've been doing really, really good. So it's a possibility I think I'm going to be okay.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that because you think that your probation will be coming to an end and that you be drug tested as often as you would have been had you been on longer, and then of course that your relationship with your family may not face the consequences of possible legal consequences.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you were going to consider a change in your lifestyle, let's say even the change to taper it, to use less than it, where are you on a scale of 0 to 100 to make a change?
Well, I don't want to lose my family, and I don't want to go to jail, and my lifestyle is not that bad, but I want to make some changes, so I think I'm probably maybe at a 50.
At a 50.
At a 50.
Okay. Why aren't you at 0? I mean, because it's obviously you're enjoying the benefits of what you describe as benefits, the calming, you're enjoying the benefits of the Xanax. So why are you at 50 for change instead not 0?
Because the Xanax grad school is going to require a lot from me. Taking care of my family is going to require a lot from me. I don't think I will be able to do it without Xanax. And I'm not ready to give Xanax up yet. I will taper it a little, but I don't think I can get off of it completely to do what I need to do for myself.
Okay. So it sounds like you're willing to make some changes, but maybe not give up the Xanax totally.
Not give it up totally.
Okay.
I don't see the problem.
Okay. So what would change look like for you? What would that look like?
Change would look like to me, well, I hate to say this, but my kids would end up suffering a little because I won't be able to do as many things for them until I can drive again. So I have to figure out a new way of doing things for them. So that's going to be a big change in my life and in their life. I want my husband to understand that it's not easy being a stay-at-home mom, and that maybe he's going to have to do some changes. Maybe all the changes shouldn't be directed towards me. I know he works, and I know he's the breadwinner, but he could come home sometimes and cook a dinner, or he can take the kids to soccer practice. Why do I have to change everything? Why can't he change?
Okay, so in your commitment to changes, it sounds like you're feeling underappreciated by your spouse, and it sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by the duties that you have at home, coupled with trying to reach your own goals by pursuing your education.
I get up every morning at 5 o'clock. I start my day. My husband's taken care of. My kids are taken care of. Who takes care of Cherie? You know who takes care of Cherie? Xanax takes care of Cherie. And I need the Xanax because right now, no one is concerned about Cherie.
Well, it sounds like you're feeling really left out of the equation here.
very left out, and my husband doesn't understand it. The probation officer doesn't understand it. I'm bipolar, yes, I understand that, I accept it. I'm taking my medicine. I'm doing well. The Xanax is not going to hurt me. I only had one seizure. I don't think it's going to happen again.
So it sounds like part of this with the Xanax, besides the benefit of the comfort, of the confidence, is that it comforts you when you feel underappreciated by your spouse and by, your children.
It does relieve a lot of stress. I sat back for a while and I let my husband pursue all his hopes and dreams and goals, and I was very supportive of him. And now that I found something that I want to do, he's not being supportive of me right now. The Xanax helped me.
Well, what do you think your husband's concerns were when he found out about the Xanax in the emergency room? What do you think was the forefront of the concerns that he had?
Well, I'm sure he was concerned with the issue that I'm bipolar and that I'm on medication. So I'm sure he's wondering what type of reaction it's going to have on me. And I'm sure it's scared him to death that what if I would have been driving with the kids in the car? So he was probably thinking of all of the bad stuff that could have happened because of the Xanax, but it didn't happen. I was at home alone, and I didn't know that was going to hurt me like that, but I don't think it'll do it again.
Do you think that he may have been concerned about the fact that you were home alone, because you said you were home alone when you had the seizure?
No, I don't think he was that concerned about it. I think he probably was just concerned with the fact of, she's using the drug, and how is she going to be able to really take care of kids, and now he's going to have to do some more things. And I think that's what he was concerned about.
So it sounds like you feel like your husband is more worried that he may have to take on extra duties around the house than really being supportive of what you need to manage pursuing your education and continuing the duties that you have.
I think also that maybe he may be a bit jealous that I'll have a higher degree than he would have, and then maybe I can go out and start a career and make money just like he can. And maybe he's afraid of that.
So it sounds like your marriage right now is in maybe some sort of transition.
It is, Miss Anna.
From where you were content to be a stay-at-home mom to now you have new aspirations and goals.
But then I watch TV all the time. Women are now becoming breadwinners. They're able to make a lot of money. And I think once I'm educated and get a new job, we'll both have money and we can get a nanny. That'll solve it. We'll have a nanny. And I can work, he can work, the kids are still there to be taken care of, and I'll still have my nanny, and we'll be fine.
More so than pursuing your education, it sounds like you have a greater goal of independence and changing your lifestyle.
I want to change, but I don't think my husband wants me to change. And I think he's in fear. And because, again, I shouldn't even have to be here talking to you.
So what your lifestyle could look like in 5 years from now?
Honestly, Miss Dana, I want to have a career. I want to still have my husband because I do love him. And I want my kids to still be there. And I still want my Xanax.
So it sounds like this is about more than just the comfort and confidence of starting new aspirations at school and maintaining the responsibilities that you have now, but you're wanting to transition into something new?
I want my life. I want to have a life. And I don't see anything wrong with the Xanax. I've never seen where anybody died from Xanax. And I just really think my husband's making a bigger issue of this than what it is. The Xanax is going to help me get through school, be a good mom, and be a good wife. That's all the Xanax is going to do, and that's what I want.